Good morning, Light Family. This is Lisa Transcendence Brown. Yep, straight out of bed again. It seems that this is when I'm doing videos easier lately. So, it's interesting, it always is, to observe human aspects versus soul aspects. And there's a lot of confusion going on with this lately, because I see a lot of people saying that my soul is suffering, the darkness in my soul, and all of these words. Not understanding that the soul is pure, the rest is all human. And the beauty and the light and the purity of your soul, it is deeply profound. It's amazing, and that's what's trying to come through. And all the humanness is what each clears and cleanses from their physical body. Now, I had many topics I wanted to talk about, but there's a prominent one that keeps popping up. So I guess that's the one I'm going to go with today. And I'll cover some of the other ones. I got lists and piles because there's never enough time to do what we need to do here and share and activate and assist and guide and help and all those kind of things. So I want to talk about the topic of leaving others behind, because this is a big one along the way. When you start shifting dimensionally, huge, doing massive quantum timeline jumps, calling forth all those dreams and desires that you are ready to experience here in your physical reality, you have to choose. And the human doesn't like to make a choice. It'll sit on the fence, teeter-totter, go back and forth. It'll listen to its soul for a brief moment, and then it'll go to fear and all of this all over the place stuff that will occur. Until you establish that connection inside of you with your spirit, your soul, your higher selves, all of these things, and start to listen and honor completely. You're going to go back and forth for a while, because that's how you work the energy out of separation within yourself. But there comes a point that you've activated so much light inside of you that you've honored the process so completely. The light body will activate, and then the crystalline structure will activate more along the way too. You have to reach certain light quotients along the way in order to activate the next phase. And all of this is about light quotients and honoring the process, focusing on what you're doing with your energy, and the process in how integration occurs. And that's a huge topic, so we'll do that another day. That's in all the courses. I teach abundance of courses on all this stuff, guys. So you can go find things, hours and hours and hours upon hours, that give the answers that you're seeking. You just have to really want to do the work. All right, so leaving others behind. So this equates to, basically, we're not leaving others behind, but we are. We're leaving the mentalities behind. We're leaving those that prefer to live in lack and fear over embracing their journey, and being ready. And fear is it's the safe place for a lot of people. Lack is the safe place. I don't have enough. I don't have the money. I'm not worthy. It is the basis of all of that, but it goes deeper than I'm not worthy, because I'm not worthy is the human's experience. My soul isn't important enough, is the deeper one. That's the core of it. And so each time, for me, when I would find myself saying these words, I would stop myself. And when I said I didn't have the money, I would have to say, oh, my money, something else is more important to me. And I had to start breaking that mentality. When I would say I don't have enough, I would have to say I don't have it in my hands yet, but I do have enough. And I would start designating and allotting my money for the things that were really important, and trust and know that the things that I did need were going to come. But it's a backwards value system, because humans, human aspects, whatever words you want to use, focus on the physical first, and the energy of what's beneath it is what's important. The belief system that's beneath it is, because this is what you're telling yourself. This is what you're creating in your world. So if you're telling yourself, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough money, I don't have all these things, Basically, you're not looking at what you're doing with your stuff, what your beliefs and mentalities are in order to create the change that makes a difference here. And there are so many ways to do this. It's so simple and it's so much fun. So I want to talk about, though, wander all over the place, leaving others behind, because this equates to you're honoring. You change the wording. Because when others look at you and go, oh, or you get the energy from them, because this is about the energy from others. Please don't leave me behind. Please don't give up on me. Please don't do that to me. That's all guilt. That's all manipulation. That's all victim mentality. When in essence, we look at it and say, we respect your choices. We respect your journey. We respect your path. We respect exactly where you are, and we're going to honor your chosen path. And if one chooses and still decides to live in fear, and if one chooses and still decides to live in lack, if one chooses and still decides not to put their soul first, then we honor that. But we don't have to be there anymore. We can go on. And when you start jumping quantum style through the dimensions and anchoring all these multiple dimensions here, you start really realizing how much lack others still live in, and how they're choosing that because they're not ready to move out of that place. They haven't experienced enough to move them out of that place. And you understand why things have to occur. You understand why loss happens. You understand because suffering is what we create, because we allow ourselves to stay in that place. And so when I woke up this morning, I was working on a project, and basically the words are, I got to push through. I mean, right now I got a million things to do, but I have to push through. I have to get this done. And that's one of the things we do. We push through our human limits. We push through those things that we don't think we can do. We push through. We focus. We get it done. We don't give up. And that's the thing about it, is the human will give up. It'll stop believing. It will say, oh, but it hasn't manifested in my reality yet, so let me give up. And when you give up, you change the energy of the whole thing. You don't trust. And you know what? This whole journey is based on faith and trust and believing and knowing, until you can activate the physical ability through your pineal gland and your heart being wide open, and merging with your energy of your soul, of your higher light, of your higher selves in your physical body form, in order to experience a whole new existence that the physical body and the physical human doesn't have the capability to do yet, because there is a complete evolutionary process that is a physiological one that occurs. And the whole body has to go through this process. And that's why so many are going through some intensity right now, is because of the body's recalibrations to the sequences and the codes, light codes of the soul. And that's what everybody's going through, is the density, the separation that was held in the body. It has to purify and cleanse. And the body's vibration has to raise, and it has to, physical body actually holds space between your cells. All that density goes. And so when you say, when you go to guilt, when you go to holding yourself back, when you go to living in lack, because you, quote, don't want to leave somebody or masses. We actually leave masses behind. We leave whole collectives that still want to live in that place of lack. And we leave them there. And we focus on those who are ready, who are embracing, who it is important to. And because we do understand that each person is going to experience their reality exactly perfect for themselves, exactly as they're choosing to, based upon the amount of willingness that they have, based upon their own mentalities and beliefs. And things occur to break those beliefs. Things occur to alleviate those beliefs. Things occur to assist us with transcending those beliefs inside. But first, we're the ones that have to take the initiative. We're the ones that have to try. We're the ones. But it's in a different place. It's not try with our head. It's open our heart and commit. It's open our heart. You'll find that those that you're leaving behind, if you will, because I'm going to change those words in a moment, you're not leaving them behind. You're respecting their choice for their journey to live in fear and lack, to whatever. It doesn't matter words you use, because basically every bit of this is our choice. As a soul, we came here for a human experience. Part of the human experiment, you've heard those words too, in order to transcend all of our humanness and our separation inside. And this is our chosen path as a soul, but humans don't get that yet. Humans try to fix it all and make up for it. That's not what we're here to do. We are here to show others as a way shower how this is done, to break those old belief systems, to move on. And we don't do that as a way shower by living in lack anymore. We don't do that as a way shower by catering to the old ways. We don't do that. And we do move on. We move on to live in the abundance and the bliss and the magic that we worked hard for, and to experience it with the others who live there too, and who do get it and who do want to. And we still teach and we still guide and we still do the classes, and that hasn't changed. The difference is that we actually started out with soul groups that were all coming through this for a while, but we leave those groups and we move on to different soul groups. You will actually change, if you will, groups. When you make space in your reality for your reality to constantly realign for the next awesome thing to come, then you stop holding on to the old ways and you stop living in fear. And you stop living in lack, and you stop living in the belief that that's your reality, because it's not. You get to move on and have an amazing one if you're ready, because this is all about who's ready and who's not. This is about who's embracing and who's not. This is about who's still making excuses and who's not. This is about who's still believing all the lack and who's not. This is about the story you tell yourself. This is about your priorities. It's about so many different things. So the only reason I wanted to do this today was because a lot of people will have guilt because they feel or believe like they're leaving somebody behind. And you are supposed to leave that behind, that mentality, that belief. And the physical representation of that will be people in your world. They're going to mirror back to you. So if you have 1 million people saying, oh, we all believe we lack, we all don't have enough. And I'm playing here because I like to go big and extreme to make a point, you know. But for some of us, this is true, because when you write for hundreds of thousands, or you work with hundreds of thousands a day, then you get collectives that you recognize. Then it's your guilt, it's your belief, unless you look at it and go, wow, that person still believes they live in lack. Well, I respect that and I understand it. And you know what? You just have to. That's the way this works, because they will get it. You show them it's not true. You go on. But it's not an ego thing. We came here to break through all of those barriers and limits and not live in them anymore. So if you keep living in them because everybody around you does, then it isn't theirs, it's yours. Okay, so I've had so many people along the way look at me and go, oh, Lisa, please don't do that to me. And I would look at them and say, I'm not doing this to you. I'm not doing anything. Everything I do is a response to the energy you're transmitting out. Everything I do is a response to what you're willing to do and not do. Everything I do is a response. And I totally love and respect you. And I'm honoring your choice. And we actually do honor people's choices to live and to suffer, to live in lack and live in less and keep believing those mentalities, because that's their choice right now. So the reason I say this is because you have to make space in your world. If you want the awesome to come, you got to open up space so the awesome can come. If you keep holding on to the old realities, and people are physical matter mass. They're your mirror, if you will. When you step out from in front of that mirror and you step off to the side, or you elevate up and look at the mirror, you're not standing in front of it anymore. It's not your mirror. But you have to be able to see it in order to step out from in front of the mirror, so it's not your mirror anymore. That's one of mine from a long time ago. Because that's what I started doing, was stepping out from in front of the mirror, observing and seeing, wow, I had no idea. Wow, okay, cool. I can move on from that now. And you know what? When we start doing quantum, we jump huge. We obliterate realities. They're not real anymore. Your reality is what you're projecting out, is what you believe. You get to decide, what do you want to believe? I want to believe awesome. I want to believe fun. I want to believe amazing. I want to believe all the magic. And that's the world that I want. And you know what? You can have it. But there is also going to be a lot of things that we have to accomplish, a lot of things have to do, a lot of things we have to contribute, a lot of things that are a part of this process too. So today is about leaving others behind, because you're not leaving them behind. You're leaving the mentality. You're leaving the belief. You're leaving the need to live in that lack. You're leaving the need to feed that lack. You're leaving the need for the victim mentality. You're leaving that old dimension behind. You're opening yourself to a completely different experience, one that doesn't hold that lack anymore. But if you cater to it and you keep going back, then it's yours. So this is how it works, guys. All right. I love you. Have an amazing day. And I think this is one of my shortest videos thus far. We'll be doing more because we got a lot of stuff. But come join us for the upcoming events. We got tons. We've got telesummits, we've got courses, we've got classes, we've got a lot of amazing things and amazing beings that we're interacting with. And check the upcoming events page on Awakening to Remembering website. There's tons. So this is up to you guys. When you commit your energy, your focus, and it's that important to you, when you invest in you, when you invest in your journey, then you receive a return. And the return is amazing, and it's bigger because you're the one investing. You're the one making the choice. You're the one showing your universe that you're committed and you're really serious. And that's what makes the difference here. You got to commit everything because you want that amazing return. You want the amazing gifts. You want the blessings. You want all those things, and they're waiting for you. You got to embrace it. You got to be ready, and you got to jump to. All right. I love you. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Mahalo.